So, round 2. See, it's a good thing I checked before I took off, because this whole morning, it's 10 o'clock, and it's been one big flustercluck. And I have a feeling that today is going to be one of those days. So hang on just a second. Oh, there you are. I'm going to double check again. Oh, yeah, it's working. I'm old, okay? So I use old methods. I'm not as, new and exciting as some of the young people. And not that I'm old. Sorry. All right, so let me start from the top. First and foremost, my friend Herbie that I normally go to visit is at the hospital, and I'm trying to get information as to where he is, what he's doing, because I need to get there. So I might take you guys. I just don't know how brave I am to bring a camera into our hospitals, because Canada is technically a communist country. And you can dispute me on that if you wish. Please, by all means, go for it. But I come from a communist country, and I am saying to you that this reminds me of the place my parents ran away from. And look, it's one of those days. I can't even find what I want to show you guys. Okay, so this morning I'm going for my and it's not my regular thing, because normally I go Thursdays, but yesterday was another clustercluck again. I woke up really late. I wanted to talk to you guys about that because there was a reason why I woke up late, but we'll leave that for another time. But in Canada, they extort us. I gotta turn this down because I remember how loud it was in the last video. They extort us in completely very credible and very creative ways. So they don't extort us like a regular mafia. They're a legal mafia, so they do things with white gloves, with no trace. And the way that they do this, I gotta wipe you guys again, is by giving you tickets. Okay? And I don't want to show you the front because I'm afraid that there's going to be too much information. I don't know what kind of information is needed for hackers and stuff like that. I'm too dumb. But this is a way where they take $30, $60, or $105 at a time from the people that pay for all the parking meters, which is you and me in Canada. That's how they take money, and I'll explain. So I go down once every 3 months or so. I go down to, I just got to be very careful, of course, because I don't want to take Frank out. And by the way, Frank, my truck is sick. You remember all of those questionnaires I had to answer? Well, some of those questionnaires actually were like valid questionnaires. Like I was just, yeah, okay. But it was like telling me that it needed like fluids and that it needed like a check. And so then when my husband took a look, like when the heating stopped working, we realized there was something wrong. And yeah, so Frank is sick. So it's us and Sophia. That's how it's going to have to roll right now. I prefer to go in Frank, to be perfectly honest, because I have the option of 4x4. And as I mentioned in my earlier videos, I won't press on. Oh. Jesus. I can't get stuck with this car because it's only got two-wheel drive, because I took out the all-wheel drive. As I mentioned, when you have all-wheel drive in the city, it's absolutely stupid to have it, only because, well, it doesn't make really any sense, because we don't have this amount of crazy snow, and it takes double your gas. So when I had it repaired, and the guy's like, yeah, you can drive without it, I'll put it in after. When I realized that I was only using half of the fuel that I was using with all-wheel drive, just y'all, so you all know, you don't need 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive if you have a car that has the ability to have 2-wheel drive. So I've got to make sure these things aren't going to rattle. And they are. Anyway, and so Frank is sick. All that to say is Frank is sick. Sorry, I just got to fix something because it's going to make a lot of noise. All right, hopefully that's more better. This is a tradition, by the way, you know, not being ready. And my wipers are kind of all working to some degree, which is very, very bueno. All right, so this morning, okay, let me start from the very top. First of all, Canada extorts its people via legal ways. And you know, and the fun thing is that they do it incrementally. It's kind of the same idea as when they decided that they were going to take the penny away. And so they supposedly round up and round down, but more often than not, they're rounding up. So we're always paying a penny or two more. And a penny or two more doesn't seem like a lot to the average person. But multiply that by 40 million and you got 40 million pennies, okay? So they do these creative ways of extorting their population, and it is gonna rattle. Oh, that's gonna really bug me. I can't have that. I can't have that. I really do have to fix this. I'm really very sorry. Oh God. Let's see if I can adjust it in a different way. Sorry, but this is gonna bother me. Last one. All right. All right, fingers crossed that that's the last time, because you know what? I'm going to tell you. It's, I feel this day. I already feel this day. I think this is going to be the kind of day. So this is the best day to have really a rant, because this is really a rant. This is me getting so, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'll explain what I mean by I don't know what else to do. Okay. So, I go down, we're going to get straight into it. I go down 4 times a year down south, and I have an aunt that I live at with my husband and my kid, who's my child, not a kid. I don't mean he's like a goat, a kid goat. That's another thing. Like, we should never call our children kids, because those are baby goats, and then we devalue our humanity. So it's my child. Anywho, see how I just get so flustered? And I'm so grateful that I'm able to go and use her car, because she's got this little, like, tiny little car that's like a little Spitfire. And because I don't take my car, I don't take Sophia down. We take a big truck. Tobias, you've never been in Tobias. I've never taken you to Tobias because he's ridiculous. Like, I don't like driving him because, you know, he's a cow. And one day when I have the courage to tell the story about the cow and me, I will. But right now, it's too embarrassing. Anyway, so I don't take my car down. And to drive the cow, which is Tobias, is really not a good idea because he's cumbersome. He's got like that double wheel in the back, and he is literally like, he's got the motor of like one of those school buses. So it's a big car. I'll drive it if I have to, but if my aunt lets me use her little go-kart, it's like the cutest little car. One day I'll do a video from it just so you guys can see it. And I'll be like literally close up. And so I use her car, and she always lets me use her car, and it's like my car for the week when I'm there, and it's so exciting. So I went into the city of Hamilton. I'll call you out, extortionists. The city of Hamilton. Now, if you've ever been to the city of Hamilton, it's like, I would probably compare, I gotta stop this whole like thing. I would probably compare Hamilton to like Vancouver, or a very, very impoverished version of Toronto. And they're just as organized. Actually, they're worse organized, because I don't know what kind of people they have in their circle of employees, or shall we loosely call them civil servants, because civil servants are getting paid by you and me, anybody that's in Canada, or anybody that's in the States. You pay for your civil servants, and these people do not serve us in any capacity. In fact, which I am hoping that I am able to record the phone call when they call me, if they call me, because they are so well organized. They're so efficient that they literally are walking backwards. So what happened was, I went with my mummy to a store, like a deli, because we always go to this deli. It's a Polish deli. Really, really great deli. It's called Staropolski. Shout out to Staropolski. Not affiliated in any way, but she's an awesome woman. I'm a person that likes to go and support small businesses. I was a small business. I feel that if we don't do that, we are in a hell of a lot of hurt. We already are in a hell of a lot of hurt, because we don't have the small businesses now in Canada or the States really to support if shit starts going really sideways. We just don't have it. Just like we don't have farmers like we did in World War II. If crap starts falling apart, and it looks like it, like if you ever listen to the Canadian prepper, I think he completes a few things, and I don't think he's as informed about the big picture, I think, as maybe like Alan Watt really does tell us a little bit more. But he is like a war front kind of guy where he reviews things, and if you listen to him, like if you go and he follows documents. I don't listen to people that don't have documents. He follows documents, and according to the documents so far, we are looking at WW3 soon. And without farmers and without small businesses, that, my friends, is going to look very ugly. But see, I saw a squirrel and I followed it, and I'm sorry. Back to civil servants. By the way, civil servants are completely useless in WW3. In fact, they become the SS soldiers, because, I always laugh that people that give me tickets never made it through police school, and that's why they've got like this big chip on their shoulder. So back to, I was visiting, and I had my little blue zipper, zips everywhere. The little collar is blue, and basically I parked in front of this deli in Hamilton, Ontario, and I went, my mom already started going towards the deli, and I'm like, oh mom, hang on, I've got to pay. So I went into my wallet, old school baby. I took out a loonie, which is $1 in Canada, and I put it into my little meter. As true to the debacle of what Hamilton is, the meter ate my loony, I started hammering it out like, you know, any American would, like any American would have slapped that thing. And I started slapping it, and it wouldn't move. It had, and I don't know why I remember this, but I remember it had like -009, which I was like, I don't even know how that's possible on a meter, but anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, I put my dollar in. I don't have another dollar. I've paid. I'm going into the store. We were there maybe about 15 minutes because we just got pierogies and a sausage or two. So we didn't do like major shopping because things are expensive. Like pierogies have tripled because they're labor intensive. They have like tripled. So I only got a couple of packages because, you know, who can afford what I used to buy? I come out. I'm literally in the store 15 minutes. There's two people illegally parked behind me that have no meter, 0 meter. I come out and I see that damn yellow ticket on my dashboard. And my mom isn't even out because my mom had to get a couple of more things. Because, you know, she's actually like the true chef. I'm just like an imposter. I'm just an imposter. So I just bought less. I see that stupid yellow ticket on my aunt's car. I was mad. So I get into my car, I take out my handy dandy phone, the one I'm talking to right now, and I call the number on the back. And I speak to a lady. And the lady says to me, well, the meter's broken. I said, can you please send someone out here? Because I want you to take a look at the meter. Because I thought they would just send someone, I could wait. I just figured, I guess that was irrational. That wasn't logical. Okay, I admit that was not maybe rational, that I thought that someone would come and take a look at the meter right away. She's like, no, I'm going to make a request to have the meter checked. And okay, fantastic, great. And what do I do? Okay, well, I want to dispute this ticket because this ticket's horse crap, right? So like, I put the money in. If I didn't put the money in, I wouldn't be disputing it. I got caught down with my pants down, and I have to pay because it's my aunt's car. So in Canada, and I don't know how it is, I'm sure it's like this in America as well, or even in Europe, the ticket is given to the car. And the car, whoever the car is registered to, has to pay the ticket. Okay, so it's not my car. I got a ticket on my aunt's car. So what am I doing? I need to either pay it or I need to fight it. Well, I paid the ticket, so I paid the thing, so I wanted to fight it. But now I'm kind of caught with my pants down because I can't take any chances that my aunt's gonna have any problems. So this lady tells me that she's going to have an officer call me, a dispute officer. The dispute officer allegedly called me because to this day I don't have a voicemail on my handy dandy phone. And I wasn't up north where I could have missed it because I have quite literally zero, I really have zero reception, like really. So that would have been a possibility. So then a few days later, we've already left. I told my aunt, I told her what happened, and I told her not to panic because she's kind of a panicker. She would have paid the $30. She's like, why don't you just pay the $30? I go, do you understand that this is how they get us? Like, this is not right. I paid the ticket. I paid the meter, and if I paid the meter, I shouldn't pay $30 for a fine where I didn't pay the meter. I fed the meter. And if you now go ahead and pay this extortive amount, now you paid $31 for parking for 15 minutes because they said you didn't pay it. But you did pay it. So if you didn't pay it, I understand, I would have paid it. But I did pay it, and it's not about the $30. I can afford the $30 still. Thank God I can still afford the $30. It's not a question of whether or not I can afford the $30. But now when I look at the ticket, if you look at the ticket, oh damn, I can't because I'm driving, but I will take a picture of the ticket. If you don't pay within 15 days, you pay within 15 days you pay $30. If you don't, between 16 and 25 days, you pay $60. And between whatever the next one is, $106. So my hair was on fire. I was so angry. And my aunt said, fine, okay, if you want to fight it, that's fine. So then I got home. We left because we were there a week, and this happened on the second last or third last day that I was there. At this time we're home, and it's close to Christmas. No, it's after Christmas. It was already after Christmas, sorry. And I'm like, I didn't get a phone call that week. What the hell? So I call them. I get another lady. And another lady tells me, oh, they called and the ticket has been deemed good. I'm like, I'm sorry. What do you mean? First of all, I did not miss a call when I was down south because I had the phone with me religiously. That's the first thing. Second thing, no voicemail showed up on my phone. And now you're telling me that the ticket's fine without me having the ability to explain what happened on my end? Legal mafia extortion, ladies and gentlemen. Classic legal mafia distortion. There is like 40,000 million new jobs that have been made throughout since COVID in the government, and yet they cannot do a simple job of informing me how I can go about disputing this $30 extortion amount. And again, it's about the principle, people, because I paid the meter. And if I paid the meter should work. And on top of it, I don't know how meters are around the world, but in our country, in our backwards, now communist riddled country, if you put the loonie in and it eats it, that's the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen. You can't, it's not like a vending machine where, you know what? Small problem. The coin didn't register. Okay, return coin. There is no such option on these handy dandy theft machines. And then to layer the thievery, in the first place, it stole my dollar. Now on top of it, some person that couldn't make the cut to the police department is now happily writing me a ticket saying that their meter that they haven't maintained stole my dollar, and because I can't prove it, it says nowhere on the meter that I should videotape myself actually putting this money in. So I'm left with, I call this woman the second time, and she tells me this information, and I'm like, whoa. Did someone come out and check the meter? Oh, I don't know, that's not my department. I go, okay, wait a minute. So it's your department to give me tickets, but it's not your department to check that the basis of the ticket is actually functioning. Great. Well, ma'am, I'm just the call service. I'm just the calling service or the calling center. And I go, wait. I just called a number on the back of my ticket that said call for disputes. And you're telling me I can't dispute it. So you can't check the meter because the meter is not your department. It's a completely different branch. You can't take my dispute because, well, you're just a calling center. And supposedly the person or the dispute officer has already called me, didn't leave me a message that I can find, and allegedly left me an email. So then when I went home, I did check, there was an email and said, oh yeah, this is a perfectly good ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the movie Brazil. I was so pissed off. I think that I just agitated her enough. Not enough because, now if you're belligerent, it means you're upset. And if you're upset, that's no good. That's abusive. So I had to walk a very fine line at not calling her names because, well, I was talking to a tool that was a rubber mallet. And even though a rubber mallet is a tool, ostensibly, it is not used for most functions that a hammer would be used in. It's maybe at best used for furniture hammering or maybe helping you with hardwood flooring, but that's it. You can't use it for any nails, for any other purpose except for very light duty jobs. But anyways, I digress. I'm pissed. So this woman is so flabbergasted with me and so flustered with me that she's like, I'm gonna let you speak to my supervisor. Very good. Let me speak to your supervisor. So I speak to the damn supervisor. The supervisor is just as helpful as the two ladies before. So the supervisor tells me, well, you can still fight it because I still called between the 15 days. I thank God still called within the 15 days that they give you, that they grant you. Thank you, Legal Mafia, for giving me 15 days to fight a bullshit ticket, like an extortion ticket. Literally, they are extorting us a penny at a time, $20 at a time, $30 at a time. This is the Ponzi scheme we're in Canada. I mean, it is so bad. And you know what normal Canadians would do, like what my aunt would do? Just pay the $30. And that's why we're in shit. We're in trouble because everybody just pays the damn $30 because it's a lot easier. Let me tell you, it has cost my nerves. Like I am telling you, my hair's curling because of this. I don't know if anybody's noticed yet that I'm annoyed. I'm not my usually cool self. I know. Take a breath. Okay, so now I'm on girl 3. Girl 3 is supervisor in the department of I can't help you. So she tells me basically the same thing, that she can't do diddly diddly shit. She can't do diddly shit. That's what she can do. She can do a puff diddly shit. And she says, well, the best course of action is that you email them and let them know that you want to dispute it. I said, great. Where should I do that? Oh, it's on, and then she gives me the address and the email address, and then I'm like, oh great, it's on the back of your ticket where your number is, where you can't help me. Okay, so I go home, and I think the next day, I don't want to lie because I don't think I did it that day, because that day I was out, and we were doing so many things, and usually it's such a flustercluck when we go out because we got to go pick up here, there, and everywhere, and I was just so exhausted I didn't end up doing it. Plus it was after hours. They weren't going to get it until the next day. So I think I did it the next day or so. I know that I did it within like 48 hours. So I scan the ticket and I email them saying I would like to dispute this. And before the supervisor let me go, I asked her specifically, if I ask for this, how do I fight it when I'm 6 hours north? She says, oh, you could do it over the phone. I said, fabulous. And also one further question is, if I fight it, will I still be at the $30? Will it be frozen at the $30 mark? And she said, yes. If you lose after you show your evidence, then you have to pay the $30. Very good. So I did that. I scanned the ticket just so that there isn't any excuse that another government employee could mess up, because it's very easy for them to trip over their own shadow. They're a very special, unique kind of breed of people. Watch the movie Brazil from the 70s. You will understand what I'm talking about. Fast forward to today. I call and I'm like, yo, hello. Oh, and I'll tell you what the difference is. Ladies, cover your ears, because this is like warning, trigger. I got a man. I believe this might be the difference. Sorry if this bothers you. Oh my God, these horses are so damn cute. They look like donkeys. Sorry. You got to take happiness where it comes. And I really need some happiness. And so I get a man today on the phone. Cool, calm, collected, and cool, calm, collected. I explained to him what has occurred up to this point. And I wasn't as fiery as I am with you, because I could vent a little bit more authentically. Well, this gentleman tells me, because I'm like, can you please tell me the status? I haven't gotten an email as to a date. Like, is it like tickets, like when you get like a speeding ticket in Canada? Sometimes it takes weeks and months before you get a court date. He checks it. He asks me for my ticket very, very calmly. He's totally a cool guy. And I explained to him in cool and calm, collected sort of mannerism what happened. And he's like, okay, well, no, this, and I tell him, what I forgot to tell you, see, because I'm so flustered, is that my aunt texted me and showed me a picture that she received a payment request that she needs to pay this by such and such date. And I'm like, whoa, let me just double check, because no, I was under the impression that the ticket is put on hold until I get my court date and until we establish whether or not my evidence was enough for them to, take the ticket off the table. So I end up telling him that, look, my aunt got this, and now she's panicking because now, dum, the plot thickens. This is awesome. Like, there's never anybody on the roads here. Like, I'm usually the only one on the road. The plot thickens. She needs to go and renew her sticker. And here in Canada, the legal mafia financially holds you hostage at the renewal office, because now, if you have any outstanding tickets, guess what happens? You are not able to renew anything unless you pay the fines. Isn't that lovely? Oh, and total random side note, and it's not that random, but guess what? I'll just park here because I'm almost at my where I'm supposed to be. Total random side note, we also, our civil servants that we pay taxes for, also collect for a private company that is a highway that we pay for this highway, for the use of this highway. Oh, and fun fact, we, the Canadian taxpayer, we actually built it. And then our government sold it. We didn't get a tax break. None of us got a refund, because now they sold it. And now this private company owns this highway. And now when we get charged, and if we for any reason don't pay to this private company, the private company doesn't have to worry about collecting. We go to the office to get, do our license update or get a sticker, because you need to have a sticker for your car. You need to have a safety for your car. You need to have a driver's license that expires every 5 years. There's all sorts of marketing ways or legal ways that they, come in and threaten your kneecaps financially. So if you don't pay this, you actually have to pay anything outstanding for this private company. You have to pay at a publicly paid for office, like we pay for it. So my aunt, the twist is that my aunt has to pay her renewal sticker. And because of that, she will have to be forced to pay this if she wants to renew it. And because I was under the impression that when this lady, the third lady, the supervisor, told me that it was all going to be on hold and everything is fine, you could do everything, nothing is on record until it gets put on record. Well, now It's on record because my aunt got the piece of paper saying it's on record and you have to pay this money. So when I told this to this gentleman, which I appreciate so much that he was cool, he said, no, this ticket has been authorized, basically rubber stamped, because it's like, it's a joke. This legal mafia is a joke. It's a joke. None of the women did their job. None of the women did their job. None of them. Sorry, I'm parked on the road. And now they're telling me that no, everything is kosher, everything is fine, you owe the $30. I still haven't had my day in court. I emailed, I called on 2 occasions, and on those 2 occasions I spoke with 3 people. Now I'm speaking with a 4th person, and this person tells me, oh, sorry, like, this is all legit. It's all done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. You got to pay. So I said, okay, buddy, what can we do about this? And he's like, listen, let me just see. I'm going to reach out to another officer, and they're going to see what they can do for you. So this is to be continued. This is to be continued. But I am telling you that if we as Canadians and as Americans and as European Union citizens now, because now we're working towards American Union, if we all don't stand up every penny that they steal from us, we are responsible for our own demise. Because what they're doing is illegal. And what's really interesting is in Canada, under the freedom, supposedly the Freedom, Rights and Freedoms Act, you're supposedly innocent until proven guilty. But these people have proven me guilty, and I now have to prove myself as innocent. I don't know what democracy actually means, but it doesn't have anything to do with freedom. It doesn't have anything to do with rights as a citizen. I mean, to be able to go and pay something, and then them telling me that I didn't do something that I did, and then on top of it, there's 4 people I talked to, and within 4 people that I've paid, that you've paid, that we've all paid, they can't do their job outside of, if their job is, well, we got to look at it from 2 different angles. If their job is to represent us as citizens who directly pay them, actually, no, it's indirectly we pay them, but we pay them actually directly because the government that directly pays them wouldn't have a penny to pay them if we didn't pay the government. If they weren't able to pull all these ridiculous fees off of us, these people wouldn't have jobs. These people are parasites. And expanding governments is expanding the parasites within our bowels. So, I'm sorry, but that's my rant for today. And actually, it's probably the shortest rant that I'm going to have, but I am pissed. This is not what I wanted to talk to you about because I had something really important I wanted to share, because I wanted to work through my thinking about this thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. But no, I got hijacked. And on top of it, I'm a little emotional, so I do apologize, because my friend Herbie, the one that I visit a lot of times when I'm going with these talks with you guys, I usually visit him at his old age home. I get this alarming voicemail that, and I'm going to talk about this in the next video, because I'm going to do 2 videos today, and I'll just separately put them up. But he's in the hospital now. I'm going to be going to the hospital, so in the next video I'll be in the car on my way to see him, and I will chat with you guys about that. But that is food for thought about our legal mafia in Canada, about the extortion ring that is happening. It is absolutely disgusting. And I told this gentleman, thank you very much for being so that you explained this to me, because he explained things to me. And he wasn't upset. And I told him, I said, I am just so grateful that you are so calm and you're not like the other ladies. Catty. Women shouldn't be in this position if they cannot keep their cool. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to be going in to this very, I don't know. I'm very nervous about, oh shit. Do you see that? Oh my God. I hope I can get out. Oh shit. Excuse my language. I hope I can get out. Anyway, I want to thank you for listening to this absolute disgusting rant. But, look, if you have a story like this to share, please, either send me a video or please comment below. I mean, I know I have all of 2 subscribers. It's a very, very, very tight-knit community. But if anybody should stumble on this video, and if anybody has anything to add, please add it, whether you're from America, whether you're from the European Union, whether you're from Canada, whether you're from Mexico. I mean, Mexico has a bad rap for this kind of nonsense, but I think that Mexico, I would argue that in many ways, Mexico is much freer than Canada. Canada has had this propaganda media that we are so free, that we are so fair, we're so nice. It's absolute horse manure, okay? This is a small $30 fine that I will pay if I have to, but I am telling you right now that I want to fight it. Anyways, mwah! Sorry that it was a rant, but it's just ridiculous. This has to be talked about. Anyway, have a good day. Better than mine. Bye.